For the second year in a row, the Komen Columbus Race for the Cure is the largest in the country. So fittingly, they have chosen a larger-than-life crew of young breast cancer survivors to represent the cause. Today, I would like to welcome race director Becca Thomas and Clarissa Ashley, one of this year's honorary chairs. So good to see you, ladies.
Good to see you, too.
Thank you.
And Becca, congratulations again.
Thank you.
You're going to make it to race day, then,
I
right?
will. I'll be there.
Here we go. All right. The race is less than a month away. So what can we expect this year, Becca? Because it's always bigger and better every year.
Oh, yeah, and we work on it all year round to make it bigger and better. So lots of pink, lots of tutus. Our weekly warriors, our top fundraisers, every week we'll have the tutus on. We have Club 250, so our top fundraisers will be recognized in a commemorative shirt this year. We'll have food trucks. It'll be another amazing day.
And right off the bat, we want to let people know about some of the deadlines because they are obviously coming up. So what's the next one we need to worry about?
The next one is April 25th. So if you're mailing in your registration form, that's when it has to be postmarked by. That's just next Monday.
Okay, and then we've got one for the team online, and that one's going to come up the 1st of May, so that's pretty quick too.
That's right, just the next week. So if you're registering as part of a team, that's May 1st. If you're registering as an individual, it's May 5th. So they are coming up pretty soon.
Okay, and a couple of highlights. We want to let people know about the Survivor ceremony. That's always a really cool thing. Survivor or not, it's a huge deal, and it's fun to be there.
Oh yeah, it's just a great way to kick off the morning. We'll have our parade of survivors, so all our survivors there will parade in. It's going to be at 8 a.m. on the plaza of City Hall, right at Broad and Front Streets. We'll have our lovely honorary chairs there. It'll be a great way to kick off the morning.
All right, Clarissa, congrats on being cancer-free again.
Thank you.
Let's share your story. Tell us how you found out you had breast cancer, because obviously you're young, so you were even younger when you first found out, right?
Right, yes. I was 25. I did a self-breast exam. Was barely taught to do a self-breast exam when I was younger, so I kept it up. Then I ended up being in pain during the wintertime because it was so cold out. And I went to go get checked out, and I got a biopsy, and then I ended up getting an ultrasound and was diagnosed.
And at that point, you don't have any family history, do you?
No, I have like a great aunt who had breast cancer, but when I actually did the genetic testing, they said I didn't have history.
Okay, so you just had to know to be aware, and sometimes that's hard for young women to really grasp that,
Right.
that at 25, they have to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that stigma of you're too young for breast cancer is getting better, more understandable these days?
No, you're definitely not too young to have breast cancer. You can be as young as like in your 21, 22.
Right.
I've run into a couple of women who actually were diagnosed at 22.
It's sad and it's scary. So you are one of 5 honorary chairs this year, a great group of ladies. So what does it kind of feel like to be able to share this with them, to be able to represent, you know, what it means to be a survivor?
It feels great. It feels like I have a voice. And actually, it brought light to my whole situation with getting a double mastectomy and actually being done with all my treatments and then being an honorary chairman. Like, that's actually a great opportunity to like end the journey.
And that's the best part about it, is that you can now show people, look at me on the other side. You know, I'm fierce, and I came out of it okay, and here we are.
Right.
So, Becca, the biggest purpose of the race, as we know, raise awareness, but fundraising, and that's what we're trying to get out there, is it's important to raise money while you race.
Absolutely. Every dollar we can raise through registration or fundraising supports local community programs that help people like Carissa with mammograms, education, and treatment services. And we're also funding global research, so we're fighting breast cancer here locally and in the future for those who will be affected down the road.
And Clarissa, even you benefited from some of that research because you had to go through certain treatments that maybe weren't around a decade ago, right?
Right, yes, definitely benefited.
All right, well, Becca, although you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who doesn't race, because we've all been there and we know almost everybody in the city turns out, what would you say to somebody who hasn't been out there? Why is this year the year we got to get them out there?
I would just say we're not like any other 5K. I know Columbus is an incredibly giving community, very healthy, so there's lots of 5Ks you can do. This is like no other day. You know, it's really about the experience, about honoring and celebrating those who've been affected, and unfortunately 1 in 8 women will be affected by breast cancer. So if it's not yourself, it's a friend, a neighbor, a coworker. So this is a great outlet to come and show your support.
Okay, and of course there will also be, we know, unfortunately, some people that do not make it. There is a fairly new thing, it's called the Remembrance Wall, and that's some way that you can go out and pay respects to those who have not made the journey.
Yeah, it's a really powerful wall. We started it last year. People submit photos and names of those who have lost their battles to breast cancer, and it's going to be displayed in the Expo, which is on Broad Street between High and 3rd. It's open from 7 to 11 on race morning, and it's just a really beautiful way to come and remember those who are no longer with us.
All right, Becca, Clarissa, thank you so much for being here. We'll all be there at the start line. Go to KomenColumbus.org to sign up today. Join us. You will not regret it. It's a fun time.
Yep.